Okay, so first I will just take a little bit of cold water. Okay, get some cold water there. Okay, maybe some more cold water. Okay, this just prevents lumps from forming in the Nshima because if you use hot water to make the paste, it will become quite lumpy. So you actually have to use cold water, right? So now I'm just this is my cold water. Just going to take a little bit of my meal here. Okay, and then maybe just sprinkle it in. I'm just measuring by feeling, right? I'm measuring by feeling, right? Almost like you would cook porridge, right? I'm just measuring by feeling. This is my cold water, and I already think maybe I put in a little bit too much cold water. I'm thinking maybe I'll put in a little bit too much cold water. Oh, sorry for that. I made a bit of a mess. Let me get some of my tissue. Okay. Okay, use some tissue there. Put that aside. Let's keep doing that. Okay. You see, I've made sure that it's quite, consistent. All the lumps are out. In fact, this is quite a big pot that I'm using. So, all right, okay, fine, that's perfect. Make sure that all my lumps are out. Then I'm going to take some hot water, right? Let's take some hot water. I'm going to pour it into there. This is my hot water. It's hot already. I'm going to pour it in. Okay, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, that's my hot water. All right, so now I'm going to turn on my stove. My stove was off as you can see. I'm turning it on. There we go. Trying to bring it to boil. Now, to bring it to boil, you have to keep stirring it, otherwise lumps will form. Okay, lumps will form if you do not properly bring it to boil. And of course, I have my lid here. There we go. Let's put that over there. Just trying to bring that to boil. I'm thinking maybe my fire is a little low. No, it's fine. I'll try to bring that to boil. Now I have to keep stirring so that lumps do not form. And usually what we do while we wait for it to boil, we usually just do that. And I'll cover it up like that to bring it to boil. Okay. Sort of have to keep stirring as I'm sort of making a porridge. This is basically just a porridge, a normal porridge that anybody would make, right? Keep stirring till we try to bring it to boil. as you can see, it's slowly beginning to thicken and to boil. I'm thinking I may have made the paste even just a little bit too thick, maybe. I may have made it just a bit too thick, but we'll see how that goes. So still trying to bring it to boil. Can you see it's slowly beginning to boil? I hope you can see that well enough on the camera. Slowly beginning to boil. There we go. Quite a nice consistency actually. Let's cover it up again. And you have to keep stirring it. You have to keep on stirring. Keep on stirring, as you don't want it to stick to the bottom, right? Oh, and you have to be careful not to burn yourself because it starts jumping up. There we go. That's the consistency I was looking for. There we go. All right, let's cover that up for a little bit and let it come to boil. Okay, so this is really what I was looking for. Can you see it's come to boil and it's quite a nice consistency, just like a nice porridge you would cook for a baby. This is actually coming out better than I thought, but the final test of how good my consistency is will be when I put in the other mealie meal to sort of make it a little bit hard. And depending on how hard or soft you want it, you can add more or less mealie meal. So that's pretty nice, and you need to be careful you don't burn yourself because it jumps up quite regularly. So us Zambians know how to avoid that, but if you're doing this at home, just be mindful. Okay. Didn't realize that you can see me peeping in the lid. Anyway, okay, so we're about ready to go. This is Chef Bob. My wife is laughing.
You know, actually, this one, this video, it's we better to like do it on its own.
Oh, on its own. Oh, need to be careful. Oh, the Nshima one? Okay.
Because it's you are doing quite a good one. So I don't want to, because I have to kind of cut it.
Okay.
But it's just
So you have to be quite careful because you can see, you know, little lumps are forming, and this will really make it quite hard to eat. And you see, this cooking stick is not the most ideal, but I'm just trying to do my best with it. Okay, you need to be careful with the heat because it actually gets quite hot. Okay, let's be mindful with that. Watch out for the heat, please. Be very, very careful. This gets very, very hot. Okay, so it takes quite some effort. Please, if you're doing this at home, just be careful. Really, I'm stressing that because this gets quite hot, and you don't want to have an accident, especially if you have children nearby. So please be mindful of that. Let's just cover it up for a little bit as it warms up. Just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I think this one has to be heat dependent.
If you say so. If you say so. A little bit too soft. I'm just going to add a little bit more, just a little bit more. I want it to be a bit too hard. Okay, but like for example, my mother has ulcers, so she usually likes a very soft Nshima. She doesn't like it hard, so for her we would usually keep it very, very soft, She doesn't like a hard Nshima, so and this pot is non-stick, so it's doing quite well. Okay, I think this is still a little soft, but it should be fine. Just leave it just a little bit. See, Sam? It's pinching, huh? These pinches are dangerous. Kawaii. I need to take a picture. Take a picture. Oh, I thought that was for Kai actually.
Hi.
Just a little bit. This actually mealie meal is really actually real mealie meal. Still very hot. Wow, it's hot. It's good. Maybe I could have let the milk boil a little bit longer.
That's why I just wonder, like it's so quick.
Maybe let it boil a little bit more.
That's why I just wonder that it was too quick, I think.
Maybe even in the video you can say, let it boil a little bit longer instead of just
How would you, is it soft or hard? It's soft? Okay. How does it taste? How does it taste?
It's just good.
It's like a Zambian. Slightly, of course we can't be like 100%.
But yeah, but as Zambian as it can get.